months. Woot.
Ah, we're going straight into the game! No talking! We're just gonna play the game. That's what's happening. We're just gonna go in. Hello, everybody. I want to get as much gameplay done as I can, so we're just gonna jump right in, and we're gonna do our talking while we play.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, everybody. How's it poppin'? The significance of that opening will come into play later.
Can't stay, but hope you have a great stream.
Gracie, thank you so much for the 18 months Prime Gaming sub, and Shinotaku Geek, thank you so much for the 3 months of Tier 2. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Yeah, so I want to get as much of the story done as I can, so I can, like, play this game on my own time. But I've also just been debating just playing the game by myself.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
And then streaming something else.
Sorry, we
because
missed
this game
you
is
last
just
time.
so fucking
We could have
huge.
come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Super Firefly, thank you so much for the
Indeed.
10 gifted subs.
I
Thank you,
suggested
thank
as
you.
much.
I appreciate it.
Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy
Thank you so
being
much
told
for
what
all
to
your
do.
continued support. I appreciate so much.
Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless and goddamn magnificent.
Oh yeah, brother. We did it. We finished chapter 2 of 13. Save for progress? Yes!
Wow, 6 months.
Wow, 6 months. Thank you, Shockwave, for the 6 months of Prime Gaming. I appreciate it. Thank you. I, like, scratched my nose and it made my model wink for whatever reason. But I'll wink just for you.
Gamers.
Wait. Come on. There we go. You didn't story without us. Yeah. Yeah, I that's what I said I would do. But now I'm like, if I only
So,
play this game
Commander,
on stream,
to what do we owe the
we're not
pleasure
going to be
of your
finishing
visit
it
here
for like
today?
another 3 months or some shit.
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet.
First stream, kind of
Don't
nervous.
worry about it,
Everyone,
all right?
look at
I'll
that
settle
user.
up with you later.
Nah, I'm just
You know
kidding.
I'm
Welcome.
good for it.
The bet?
I'm
Jupe,
sure
thank you
I
so much for
needed
gifting a
elsewhere.
sub. I appreciate it.
If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Yeah, Sagacity, I'm also not happy
Well,
that
that wasn't
happened,
obvious at
but
all.
it is
Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new
it's
toy.
just part
Look
of
who's talking. I
stuff.
don't recall ever seeing you file
know how
a
it
request
is.
to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked her to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer
This
on the
cutscene,
White
by the way,
Whale.
is very long,
Same
and it
idea,
basically does nothing
Someone
other
has
than
a
introduce a
problem,
bunch
I
of teams.
fix it. You follow?
And really, it's just
Not much
it doesn't
for
matter.
conversation, are
So I'm
you?
gonna talk over it. You can read the subtitles
So
if
you
you want to
still
follow
haven't
the
told
story.
us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
We need to talk about the Nintendo Direct.
You don't think?
No.
Because
So
a lot
let's cut the
happened that
crap and
stream.
get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need
so,
Chatty Cathy here to choose a division
they
and
announced
pull an
some cool
assignment.
shit. They announced, Oh, it's not gonna
Whoa
let me
there,
skip
Itchy
it.
Trigger.
We need to talk about the
I know
divisions.
you're chafing at the bit
We need to
run
talk
out
about
there and grab the
divisions.
world by its tail, but you need to choose a division first.
Ben, thank you for being a comfort of
Once
mine.
that's all
I hope you
hashed
don't
out,
leave
we
anytime
can get
soon.
into
I will
detail
continue
about
to
what your
support
first
you no matter
assignment's
what
gonna
happens.
Thank you so much for the biddies, Carson. I
Pretty
wasn't
much everyone
planning
in
on
New LA works
leaving
for Blade in
soon.
one of several different fields.
Have people been talking about that
helping
behind
to
my back?
explore Mira, or to maintain order in the
If
city,
so,
or
dang.
well, you remember Nagi's speech, right?
But no, I'm gonna be
There
here
are
for a
8
while.
different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade.
Yeah, there's 8 divisions in
Officially,
Blade.
they're called divisions.
We need to join one. They're gonna talk about each
Naturally,
division.
you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let me turn down the game a little.
Let's start with the Pathfinders.
Annabelle, thank you so much for the
Number
12
one
months.
responsibility
Nintendo
is
Direct had
planting
some
data
banners
probes,
IMO.
like
Yes.
you did on your training mission.
I'm gonna turn down the game audio a
It may
little bit.
not be the sexiest job, but important. You
While
bet your
because
ass.
they're gonna be yapping about divisions this whole fucking time.
We've only been on Mirror 2 months. We don't know
Mario
jack
Kart
about this place.
looks really good. The new Mario Kart that they showed off, Mario Kart World, looks really good. It looks like a good game. It looks like it'll be fun, and it looks like it's a cool evolution of the series. It's got some cool gimmicks. Wall riding and grinding on rails is fun. It's got a billion fucking characters from every fucking Mario game ever made. Like, they have like 85 plus characters or something. It looks like it's packed to the brim with content, and I think they're gonna support it the same amount of time that they supported Mario Kart 8 for. And guys, keep in mind that they supported Mario Kart 8 for like 11 years. So, yeah.
Interceptors have one
You're
main
paying, it's gonna be expensive. It's $80, which I also don't agree is a good fucking price for it. I think $70 is still kind of like, kind of stretching it, but it's better than $80. But keep in mind, it's $80. It's gonna be like for a game that's being supported for years and years and years. And I imagine that Nintendo's gonna like add a bunch of new shit to this game over the years.
The test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as
Why is it that expensive? Well, let me explain it to you, chat.
They specialize in preemptive strikes.
Yeah, the yapping is pretty constant in this cutscene. So let me explain it to you. Also, you can probably hear Dawn in the other room. She's streaming as well, and she's very loud. Here's the thing, chat. When the Switch first came out, when the Switch 1 first came out, it was basically the perfect storm for that console to sell incredibly well. It was the first, like, high-powered portable that we've gotten ever. It came out right before COVID happened, so there was an install base that really wanted to play video games, and the Switch just had a lot of really good video games. So it was just like, those two are the main factors of why the Switch sold so well. And why games for it could be sold at $60, because the console itself was selling incredibly well. There was a huge install base for it. So, like, Nintendo could handle games being sold for $60. But now, in today's world, a lot of things have changed. Now we've got a bunch of high-powered portables. Like, now we've got the Steam Deck. Now we've got the Asus ROG Ally. Now we've got, like, fucking whatever the hell Sony has and whatever the hell Xbox is gonna bring out. Like, there's a lot more competition. And also, you know, it's no longer COVID times, and the economy has gone to shit. So Nintendo is already, like, preempting PS5. Nobody cares about the PS5. The PS5 sold incredibly well, but it's got 0 fucking attach rate. Nobody is buying their games on the PS5 because the PS5 has no games. Like, Deranged K9, thank you so much for the 3 months.
3 months already. Let's go. The Bendy fan game is coming along great, hee hee. Benbev breakin' Benbev heart.
Just so you know, Deranged K9, if you do finish your fan game, I will play it on stream. What's happened so far? They're just yapping about different teams in this game. Don't worry about it. What's a Sony exclusive? There's like 2. Demon Souls and Astrobot. That's it. That's the only... Those 2 games are all the PS5 has. And it's been like fucking 4 years, 5 years since they released that fucking thing. And it's got 2 games. It's so bad. PS5 also has Bloodborne? No, the PS4 has Bloodborne. You can play it on the PS5. So yeah. Anyway. So, Switch 2. It's coming out, you know, with a bunch of other high-powered portables. It's coming out in the worst economy of our lives. If you're under the age of 40, which I assume most of my viewer base is. It's like, there's a lot of things that are pointing toward the Switch 2 not selling as well as the Switch 1. Like, the odds are stacked against Nintendo. So, to compensate for that, because Nintendo was aware of that, that's why they're selling the games for more money. Because it's like, they're not going to sell as many, so they're going to crank up the price, so they make at least a bit more per sale. Because they know it's not going to sell as much as the Switch 1. Like, there's no chance in hell. So that's why. Yes, please let me choose my division so we can get out of this cutscene.
We're on pins and needles here.
Double the price for the console. That's leading into, you know, refer back to when I said that the Switch 1 came out when there was nothing like it. And now there are actual competitors. I like to think of it the same way that, by the way, I don't know what team. I guess I'll just pick, Harriers so we can, actually no, let's go Interceptors.
Then it's settled.
So we can defend LA from monsters. The Switch 1 didn't have any competitors. Yes, the game audio is lower than me. I lowered it because people are yapping in the entire cutscene and I wanted to talk over it. The Switch 1 didn't have any competitors when it came out, so that's why it could afford to be cheap. Now there's a shitload of competitors, and now Nintendo cannot afford to be cheap anymore. Like, if you want a cheap version of the Switch 2, just buy the Switch 1. Like, that's literally what Nintendo's logic is. I think Nintendo is going for the Switch 2 being a quote-unquote premium option for the Switch 1. Because, like, the Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible. It can play all the Switch 1 games. But they're still going to make Switch 1 games. They're going to keep supporting the Switch 1. You're probably going to get shittier versions of Switch 2 games on the Switch 1. So, like, if you don't want to buy a Switch 2 and you only have a Switch 1, that's okay. You can still just play your Switch 1. They'll keep making games for it. And here's another thing, chat, that people are ignoring because all they want to do is fucking complain. Nintendo straight up announced game sharing, and it works for Switch 1 too. Like, you can share your Switch 2 games on the Switch 1. They already confirmed that was happening. So if you don't want to buy a Switch 1, but you still want to play with your friends that have Switch 2, you can still do that. They're letting you do that. You don't have to buy a Switch 2 to play Switch 2 games with your friends. So, like, it's literally just, like, have at least one friend that has a Switch 2. And, like, given you know, demographics and everything, people are going, like, there's going to be at least one person in every friend group that will own a Switch 2. What if I don't have any friends? That's a skill issue, I'm sorry. So yeah. I'm surprised Xenoblade 2 didn't immediately get a Switch 2 edition. They kind of, like, softly confirmed that this game, at least, was gonna have a Switch 2 version. Because they used Xenoblade X as, like, an example for for upgrades. There's no one in my friend group that even has a Switch 1. Well, I guess you're gonna have to be the change that you seek. So yeah, and if you don't have friends, literally, like, just join a Discord that has people sharing their games. There's gonna be stuff like that. Like, I'm sure the community is gonna make up for the shortcomings of Nintendo's new economical strategy. Are you going to be the Switch 2 friend? Yes, chat. I will share my games with you. I'm absolutely gonna do Mario Kart community nights when that happens. Because, you know, there's gonna be 24 fucking players. So, I'm gonna have 24 of you lovely people playing games with me. Anyway, now I can crank up the game a little bit, because they're not yapping constantly. So yeah, that's my rant about Switch stuff. I don't know if they're gonna, honestly, I don't know if they're gonna announce a remaster for Xeno 2. Because, like, that game's already, like, I don't want to say that game's already perfect, but that game doesn't really need a remaster, in my opinion. Like, I don't know what they could, like, they could make it prettier, sure, but, like, I feel like it's already going to be prettier because, you know, of Switch 2 backwards compatibility. Who's your favorite party member in the Xenoblade series? That's a tough question. I like to choose one from each game. So, from 1, it was Riki. From 2, I would say that it's Zeke. And for 3, it's Uni. But yeah. I think that Xenoblade 2 is going to have, like, they're going to put some effort into making the Switch 2 version look a little nicer. But I doubt it's going to get, like, a full remake. I was slightly hoping for some sort of Animal Crossing announcement or update. We're not going to get another Animal Crossing for at least another 2 years. I think they're going to take their time on the next one. And I think that they're going to use Tomodachi Life to fill in the gap. Like, Tomodachi Life is going to be the new, like, stopgap social simulator game for people. My only complaint with XC2 is the frame rate and resolution. Yeah, like, both of those things are going to be fixed with by playing it on Switch 2. The thing is, chat, for anybody disappointed that, like, big series that they like not getting an announcement during the stream, give it time. From what I can tell, Nintendo is handling the Switch 2's releases the same way that they handled the Switch 1's releases. Like, people were confused that Donkey Kong is coming out a month after the Switch 2 release. And it's like, they're doing that because they want Mario Kart to be the game of the month for the release month. And then Donkey Kong will be the game of the month for the next month. And then they're probably, by that point, they're going to have another game lined up for the month after that. So, like, every single month is going to have a big Nintendo game. Which is the exact same thing that they did for the Switch 1. I'm going to kill some dudes.
Ask questions later.
Now, my turn.
And, like, let's cut, like, there's, like, if people are scared that they're not going to get a new Fire Emblem, like, Three Houses sold, like, 1 billion trillion copies. They're going to make more of these fucking games, no matter what. So what did you think about the Donkey Kong trailer? Okay. We need to talk about that fucking trailer. And also because I watched a bunch of the Treehouse footage. That game looks fucking incredible. It looks fucking amazing. Oh, I just got destroyed by these pigs. Oops. It's because I got so hyped up about Donkey Kong. I'm back in NLA? Are you kidding me? Can I please give me map so I can fast travel? Can I fast travel to the next part? Fucking... I forgot how go back to. All right, Primordia. Take me over there. Thank you. Excited for Monkey. Yes. Any thoughts? I'm literally in the middle of ranting about it. So, new Donkey Kong. Very, very excited for it. It looks like it's being made by the same team as Mario Odyssey, which is great, because Mario Odyssey is really good. I think that it's really cool to have a game where they already said that, like, the majority of the level is fucking destroyable. Like, you can just blow up, like, the entire level just by going apeshit, literally. It looks like a ton of fun, and I love DK's new design. I think he looks really funny and expressive and goofy. Don't get me wrong, I love the original design for DK. But, like, it's good to have a refresh on a good character design every now and again. He looks great. He's super expressive. Really excited. Kirihara, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everybody. I have no idea what we're talking about. We're talking about the Switch 2. And we're talking about the new Donkey Kong game. If you don't know what either of those things are, then, bro, what are you doing here?
You asked for it. You won't beat me.
Anyway, very, very excited. We'll be playing that game on stream when it comes out, 100%. Like, I cannot wait. Monkey game. Monkey game, very good. Long time no see. I'm doing good. I'm talking about the Switch 2. In terms of my thoughts on the economical part of it, I'm going to be saving. I'm actually going to have to save money to afford a Switch 2. But, like, I'm unfortunately, I unfortunately love Nintendo too much to skip on buying it day one. I don't think DK's old design was outdated. I would say that DK's old design is restrictive. Because the way his face is modeled, it's hard for him to make big facial expressions, you know? Which is why, like, they showcased how expressive he is in this new one. Because it's just like, hey, look, like, his new design lets him be more expressive. But yeah. Also, for whoever asked what voice I'm using for my character, I'm using Kira's voice. Because I based the design on Maeve, and that's the personality type that works the best. But will there be a funky mode? Probably not. You're just gonna have to get good. I'm sorry. Yippee. Okay. There probably will be some kind of funky mode. Just because that's how Nintendo usually works. But, like, the only doubt that I had with the game was whether or not, there would be, like, a way to, like, reset the level as you destroy it. But then they immediately, like, confirmed that it's like, yeah, if you destroy the level too much and can't progress, you can just press a button to reset it. And it's just like, oh, okay, cool. So, like, they're doing all the right things for this game, I think. And also, here's the thing. Here's why I like Nintendo more than any other game developer. They're prioritizing 60 FPS as the baseline. They're saying, hey, we know that by default, you guys want 60 FPS. And it's like, what we're doing is we're going to make it so 120 FPS is like the luxury benchmark for game performance. Any other developer, like Sony, is like, hey, 30 FPS is our baseline and 60 FPS is our luxury. And it's like, no, that shouldn't be... If you play games, they should be 60 by default. Like, and like you can see that in action with how Metroid has like its visual mode being 60 FPS and not 120. Or not 30. The hardware sounds really good. Everything about the Switch 2 sounds great. Literally the only problem with the Switch 2 is the pricing on video games. Which is like super fair. But I already talked about, you know, Nintendo's strategy. There's a lot more competition in this space, so they need to crank up the prices. And it sucks. You know, I get it. It's shitty. Nobody wants to pay more for stuff, but also like we're experiencing a hell economy, so you know, video games aren't the only thing you're gonna have to pay more for. Yeah, I think that's all I want to upgrade, unless nope. I don't want to increase Infuriate. Fuck that. Yeah, ignoring the price, it was one of the best directs Nintendo has ever made. But it's like you can't really ignore the price. And it sucks. I share in a lot of people's frustration. I really do. Yeah, the recession, the tariff, like, it's gonna be bad for everyone. It's gonna suck. All we can really do is just, like, be mindful about our expenditures, and hope that we can get through and still enjoy these things that give us joy, you know? Also, fucking Kirby's Air Ride, sheesh McGeesh. The fact that we're getting a new one and it's directed by Sakurai, like, come on. Incredible. 10 out of 10. Yeah, this is going to affect every console. Like, PlayStation's also going to have to hike their prices soon. But that's okay, because, you know, PlayStation doesn't have any fucking games. What are you going to buy on the PS5? Any game that you could buy on the PS5, you can just get it on PC. Also, Deltarune getting... Deltarune and Silksong in the same direct? Like, come on. Incredible. Except for Astrobot. Yeah, sure. One game. Like, I buy consoles because of the games. I bought a PS5 because I wanted to play Demon's Souls. And I deeply regret buying a PS5, because it's just like... After I beat Demon's Souls, I literally had nothing to play on it. Other than fucking the Final Fantasy games that came out. And now those are all on PC, so it doesn't fucking matter anymore. I should really just sell my PS5. I'm gonna just make myself a tank.
Upper hand.
You should be doing better. Let me clean myself.
I owe you one.
Yeah, Gravity Rush deserves to come out on PC. That game is stupid. I think if you want to play video games in today's world, the best investment you can make is just a good PC. But I think this is news that's a bit ill-timed, because PC parts are also going to be affected by the tariffs, so, Wait, I think there's a tyrant somewhere around here, if memory serves. There's like a crab that I think I can demolish. It's now time for crab. Did I misremember? Yeah, I upgraded my PC last year because I knew that all of this was coming. So honestly, like, if you want to get a PC, you should probably do it like right now, before prices get even worse, because they are gonna get worse. Have a good night, Kirio. Thank you so much for stopping by, and again, thank you for the raid. So yeah, what else did they announce? First of all, like, I'm so fucking excited for Deltarune. But a part of me isn't sure how I want to play it, if that makes any sense. Because keep in mind, there's gonna be like 8 chapters? 9 chapters or something? And we're only getting the first 4. So it's just like, do I want to play chapters 1 through 4 and then have to wait for the remaining chapters? Or do I just wait until Toby releases the entire game in the year 2052? 7 chapters? Okay, that's not as bad. Who am I fucking kidding? I'm gonna buy chapters 1 through 4 and I'm gonna play them to shit. I'm going to become deeply obsessed with Deltarune once again. It's going to overcome my entire personality. Yeah, I know the rest of the chapters are going to be free updates. Which is great. Wonderful. But it's like, how long are we going to have to wait for those updates is my question. Because let's be real. Let's be 100% real. Toby is a visionary director. Like, his game sense, his musical sense, his artistic sense, all of it is fucking chef's kiss. 10 out of 10. But he's not a good programmer. Which makes sense. He's a musician. Like, first and foremost, he's a musician. So I don't expect him to be a fucking wunderkind when it comes to coding. So, like, it makes sense that this is gonna take a while. What did Dog do? Thank you so much for the 20 months.
Popped in just to
21
say I'm
months.
21 months subscribed. Enjoy the game, band.
I will. Here's the thing. At least Deltarune's release schedule gives us something to look forward to all the time. Undertale wasn't the first game to make me violently sob, but doing the genocide route of Undertale was the first game to make me feel like an actual monster. And I think that's worth a lot. Like, doing that route of Undertale legitimately made me feel incredibly, like, disgusted with myself. Because the game was basically saying, yeah, this is why you're doing this, right? And I was like, yeah, the game's right. It's 100. It read me like a fucking book. You watched other people play it? It's so funny because Flowey literally calls out people that have done that. And says, hey, if you're watching people do this, that probably makes you even worse. Because at least the person playing it has the balls to go through with it. Yeah, that's, like, Toby has such a fucking keen eye for gamer psychology. Which is such a weird thing to say out loud. I need to watch Nazee's playthrough. Wait, yeah, Nazee also played Deltarune, right? I remember I jumped into his stream while he was doing the teacup thing in Chapter 2. What can you play Undertale on? Basically everything that isn't a phone. If you have any video game console, then you can play Undertale. Highly recommend it, by the way. It's one of the best games ever made. I think that there are some games that handle gamer chastisement reasonably well. I feel like Spec Ops: The Line is a good one. But I think Undertale is like a masterpiece in that regard. It did things that no other game has come close to doing. And that's what makes it so special. How do you feel about the game Genshin Impact? I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Shut the fuck up. If Halo does come to Switch 2, I wouldn't be... Look, okay. I would not be surprised if Switch 2 did get Halo. I think that it's gonna happen. Because, like, I think Xbox is gonna just stop making consoles, and they're just gonna make games. Because they've completely fumbled the bag for 2 generations now.
Let's move.
Like, ever since the Xbox 360, they just don't know what to do anymore. So it's just like, why bother? Deltarune Snowgrave hurt, but in a different way. Oh yeah! Snowgrave made me feel like even more of a monster. Oh no. Okay, focusing back on the game, we're supposed to be investigating a team that went missing. Oh no, it's their Skell.
Damn. I knew we would have heard from them by now.
It was definitely fighting something. But this damage, it's not the usual claw or bite marks.
No signs of the team. If they were eaten, we'd know it. So did they walk away, or were they taken?
Let's investigate the area.
Right. Either way, they couldn't have gotten very far. Let's keep looking.
Hold up, Elma. Check this out. I'm picking up an Earth-based IFF signal coming from that direction. It's Pathfinder.
That thing over there, maybe?
That thing
Doesn't look
over
natural,
there.
does it?
What the fuck is that?
No, it doesn't. It looks like trouble.
Elma, to me it looks like a big metal building.
Look at this. I'm picking up readings for other life forms too. Multiple signals, moving around inside the structure. Elma, you don't think...
Aliens.
I think you're right. Look at their movements. They're controlled, orderly. They're definitely not wild animals.
Except, you know,
The question is, are they native to Mira?
since humans crash landed on Mira,
Visitors.
technically we're the
If
aliens.
so, from where?
You think it's one of the forces that destroyed Earth?
Let's not jump to any conclusions. It's a big universe out there. Of course, we shouldn't rule it out either.
Should we call this into HQ?
Yes, but not from here. If we're picking up their signals, they might be close enough to intercept ours.
You there. Drop your weapon.
Oh no! Badman!
Calm. We don't want to provoke them.
Quick, provoke them!
Aliens. Surrender. Now.
They know about Earth? You may have been right after all, Lynn.
Prepare to attack.
Stand down. Did you already forget my first lesson? Fighting is a last resort.
I don't know, Elma.
Here appear to be able to speak our language. Which means we need to find out if diplomacy is a viable option.
You're right.
We come in peace, and we're willing to negotiate. If you have any Earth alien prisoners, we'd ask the conditions for their release. If you don't, we'll leave you in peace.
No negotiation. No conditions. We have our orders.
Well, here we go, killing again.
Aliens must die.
Oh my god, finally we unlock quick cooldown. Now we can actually blast with power.
Shadow strike!
Fire carnival! Salt hammer! Flame grenade!
Scream edge!
Now I can spam my arts. There we go. Alright, somebody earlier asked me what my thoughts are on Xenoblade 3. That's one of my favorite games of all time. I fucking love Xenoblade 3.
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Hope you're ready.
Has some of the best characters in an RPG, some of the best writing, some of the best music. Gameplay is okay. Any game that has a class system is great, in my opinion. Just everything about that game, it ticks a lot of my boxes. Very, very good game. Would play again.
Approach. What's the deal with wanting us all dead anyway?
Yeah, I wonder. They did mention they were following orders. Maybe someone higher up their chain of command would be willing to negotiate.
Thoughts on the new Hyrule Warriors? I'm indifferent. It would be nice to play a Hyrule Warriors game with a frame rate that isn't hot trash. Because the first, like, the Age of Calamity one, holy shit, that game ran like fucking garbage. So if this one runs well, then great. I might actually be able to enjoy it. But they did say it's like, oh, this game is gonna be canon to Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm like, you said that about the Age of Calamity game, and then it turned out it wasn't canon. So I don't know if I can trust you on that one, Nintendo. But if it genuinely is canon, then it could be cool. Party-based RPGs with class systems are a main jam. Are you a Bravely Default fan? Yep. Adia is one of the best characters in RPGs. She's great. Murgurgur.
Lynn, can you give us an approximate location for that IFF signal?
Do you stream Mario Kart? I'll stream it when the Switch 2 comes out. But unfortunately, it's not out, so no.
Seems to be originating from that building over there.
Original Hyrule Warriors is the best because it has Tingle.
Then we'd better get moving. There's no time to lose.
Did you see the new Devil May Cry show on Netflix? I saw a few clips, and it's kind of got me hesitant to watch it. I feel like it's trying a little too hard. If that makes any sense. Was it non-canon, or it's canon but in a pocket timeline and everybody got amnesia? I think it's the second one, if memory serves. It's just like, something happened in that game that made the entire game kind of irrelevant. Thoughts on Xenoblade 1 if you've played it? I played every Xenoblade! I love 1. I think 1 has my favorite. This is kind of a controversial opinion, but I think 1 has my favorite combat system. And 1's story is so good, and I think 1's vocal performances are the strongest in the series. And also, the Bionis and the Mechonis are some of the coolest environments in the series, too. All the rest is fine, but exploring Giant Robot is very cool.
Nice work.
Oh yeah, Johnny sounds amazing as Dante. He's killing it. It does feel a little weird because I'm used to him being Nero, so it's just like my brain still has to like untangle that connection. But he does a fantastic job. But it's again, like then again, it's Johnny Yongbosch. He's incredible. He works so much because he is one of the most talented people in the industry. Any Xenoblades you hate, dislike? No.
You won't beat me.
I'm telling you guys, this series, it's just non-stop bangers.
Shadow strike.
I feel like if there's one Xenoblade I like the least, it's Xenoblade 2. And that's because I'm not like a fan of a lot of the anime tropes that it uses. But then again, like even then, Xenoblade 2's combat is great. Its music is fantastic. Its characters are so fucking good. Like, there's so much to love about Xenoblade 2, even with like, even without, even with all the anime trope nonsense.
The rhythm going.
Yeah, Morag is such a good character. She's so fucking cool.
Oh, me. Now close.
Any Xeno whatevers you dislike, like Saga? I think
Carnival.
Saga has the most, like, duds out of the Xeno series. Xenogears is incredible. That game needs, like, some kind of remake. I think Xenosaga could benefit from, like, a like, spit-shined remaster. If they ever port Xenosaga, I hope they were, like, actually remake it. Hi Ben, I've heard on Instagram that you're going to voice a book. Yes. I actually have already voiced a book. It's called Childish Literature by Alejandro Zambra. He's a Chilean author. It's the translation of his book. It's really good. But I'm also doing another audiobook. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it. So just look forward to it. Just look forward. All I'll say about it, all I'll say about the book that I'm recording, is that knowing my fan base, knowing the majority of you people, you're gonna like it a lot. You're gonna be very happy. I specifically agreed to do it. Not because I thought the book was charming, but also because I was like, the people that follow me are gonna really like this, and I want to do something nice for them.
Upper hand.
Down you go. Type that fire. I think even my cooking got better.
Don't say I don't do anything for you, chat. I do a lot of things for you.
Here we go. Let's see what you've got.
We should weaken them just to be safe.
Shadow strike.
Fire carnival.
Side slash.
But yeah, what else did I want to talk about? Yeah, so Nintendo Direct, you know, overall, very happy with it. We'll be playing Monkey Game. We'll be playing Mario Kart. I'm probably going to replay all of the Xenoblades at 60 FPS if they're all compatible. Because, hot damn, what a way to re-experience that franchise. Or this franchise.
Get a lot stronger. Salt hammer. Thermal payload. Light grenade.
Any FF14 fans in chat this afternoon? Any FF14ers? Have you guys been doing the new raid series? The raids rule. Oh, hell yeah, they do. In my opinion, these are some of the strongest... Like, no bias, by the way. In my opinion, these are some of the strongest raids that they've ever made. Like, just purely in terms of, like, mechanics and vibes and, like, aesthetics and music and all that. How far did you prog? We're already on M6. Actually, I'm playing tonight. After stream, we're literally going back into it. We haven't gotten to the ad phase yet, but I've heard that it's quite the experience. I'm off-tanking for my statics, so I'm basically gonna be locked in Mortal Kombat with a goat for half of this fight.
Ready? Let's move in.
Did you already fight yourself? Hell yeah, I did.
My turn.
I kicked my ass pretty hard. I'm just like, when I was recording for that game, I was like, God almighty, I hope to God that this fight is fun. I don't care if my performance is shit, or if, like, it's stinky and bad, and, like, the Japanese voice sounds better. I just want my fight to be fun. I just want to have the fun fight of the tier. And I got my wish, chat. I got my wish. Everyone's like, God damn, this fight is really fun. It's super simple, it's super straightforward. Like, the mechanics aren't highly complex, but hot damn is it a fun fight. I keep thinking M8 is Sayu's voice. It's so funny you mention that, because he messaged me a few days ago saying, "Hey, who the fuck is this?" he sent me a clip of I think Howling Blade and was like, "Yo, do you know who this is?" And I'm just like, "No, I don't know."
Ready? Let's move in.
It didn't have to be like this.
Imagine having a voice doppelganger, home dog. When this game was still just a bunch of trailers, and people, like, it wasn't out yet, people were insisting, that my character was voiced by Matt Mercer. They were like, okay, here's the thing, everybody. This is Matt Mercer. And people were like, hey, it can't be Matt Mercer, because Matt Mercer already voices a character in Xenoblade X. He's a character called Lao. So people are like, how the fuck is Matt Mercer voicing this guy and Lao when this guy is literally talking to Lao in a cutscene? And people were like thinking up of the most insane fucking theories of like, well, here's how Lao, like, maybe the character is also Lao. And it's like, are you insane? You'd rather make up a fucking theory of how, like, Lao cloned himself rather than admit that maybe there's a new guy that kind of sounds a little bit like Matt Mercer, which I fucking disagree with, guys. I don't think I sound like Matt Mercer. So it was insane. It was really funny to see a lot of the fan theories as I was recording. Also, I might have to fucking run. I'm gonna run. I'm getting the hell out of here. JoJo's secret technique right here.
Help me.
Looks like I'm on my own again.
I'm sorry.
Please. Okay. Your character is my favorite character in the game. He's so cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me because I'm very critical about my performance in this game. Once we get to him in 50,000 years, I'll like talk about my feelings as I acted and all that good stuff. I feel like people like hearing about my methodology while recording.
Attack at range. Follow my lead. I've got your cover fire.
Shadow strike.
Have you played Fire Emblem? Yes. Chat, if you ask me any question that's have you played so-and-so, the answer is yes, like 99% of the time. Probably a silly question, but is it flattering, insulting, or neither when people mistake your voice for someone else's, or does it depend? It's like it's bittersweet, I think is the best way of explaining it. I know a lot of people really don't like being compared to other actors. I have a lot of friends that really don't like that. And I try to see it. I always try to see things from a glass half full kind of perspective. I see it as, oh, people think I sound like Matt Mercer. That means that I have the potential to voice the same roles that Matt Mercer voices. And Matt Mercer voices a lot of really big roles. So that's how I see it. But at the same time, it is a little frustrating when there's like several trailers or something that have my voice in it, and every single person is like, oh my god, Matt Mercer is in so many games lately. And it's like, it makes me feel like I don't exist. You know? It makes me feel like I'm just invisible. Like I'm not part of the 20 or so actors that get to exist in the public perception. Maybe someday people will remember that I exist and they'll be like, oh, I recognize that it's Ben. But like, I don't think that's gonna happen for years and years and years. Like I know, and before you guys say so, I know that some of you already do that. But I'm just saying, in the general public's eye, you know, the people that aren't in the stream right now. There's quite a lot of you that don't know I exist. Or quite a lot of gamers that don't know I exist. And that's fine. I'm not doing this for existence reasons. I'm doing this because it's fun. I voice act because it's fun. Whether I get clout out of it or not is, you know, I don't really care half the time. Is the general public in this room with us now? No. Funny joke. My content isn't made for normies. I'm playing fucking Xenoblade. Most of you know me because of a mobile game. This is the least normie shit out there. I haven't been in a Madden game or a WW. I don't know what the fuck normies play nowadays. It just reminds me of that one infographic that's like the top selling games for like regular people are either Call of Duty or like Madden or FIFA, and it's just like, oh right, people only care about shooting or balls. And then there was an outlier, which was Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And it's like, well, it has ball in its name, so it still counts as a ball game. So it's either... I'm not in a game that has... Well, actually, no. I'm in Delta Force. That's a shooty game. And for those of you that, like, you know, came for the mobile game but stayed for the me, I love you guys. You guys are great. You're the reason I do this. You give me hope for the world. You give me joy. Elma, can you please fucking stagger this thing? I guess not. Stayed for the me's. For the memes. You stopped by for my funny little jokes. for my hee-hees and my guffaws. Stayed for the you because you have the best humor and snarky attitude while being so genuine and sweet. Stop! You're gonna make me cry. Open the door. Get away from those people, you creatures. Hey Barry, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs. Thank you, thank you. The ooks made me linger. Dang. Donkey Kong gonna pop off, chat.
They're all dead. You killed them all. In cold blood.
Should I just pick a month to play nothing but Donkey Kong games? Like go through all of Donkey Kong Country and then play Donkey Kong 64, maybe do some classic DK.
You seem more fluent than the others. Are you in charge?
I could try buying some Donkey Konga bongos.
I command this squad, alien.
Donkey Kong December?
No.
Hello, Glennar. I am called Elma, and I command this squad. If this planet is your home,
Donkey
I
Kong
apologize
December?
for
Honestly, I've been thinking about doing something like that.
crash landed here after our ship was damaged.
Call it
in
Dong-cember.
adversaries.
Play Deltarune with Donkey Kong bongos.
In exchange for our friends.
I'll bongo my way through Deltarune.
Settled. Your words are wasted on us.
How would that even work? Like, you'd have to fucking...
This is a swift
Bongo left is move left, bongo right is move right.
Right. We
And then,
tried.
like, I guess there's a... Is there a D-pad on the DK bongos? I don't even remember.
Fine then. Seeing as you know we come from Earth,
Oh, there is, you're right.
I'm guessing there's a good chance we might have
Honestly?
a score to settle with you anyway.
Bongo Deltarune. Although, like, getting an unused pair of DK bongos is probably very fucking expensive. All right, first boss fight. Let's go. Oh, I'm already getting my ass kicked. Holy shit. Wait, I need to command my concentrate fire.
I feel great. Let me at it.
I was thinking of doing a subathon at some point, and like having
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Hope you're ready for
having some fun incentives. Dong rune.
doing better. I should hear it first.
Beatrix, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We're just playing some Xenoblade X. It's a very chill stream. We're trying to get through the story as quickly as possible, so we can get to the part where I come in. Welcome, welcome.
Shadow Strike.
Is Donkey Kong your favorite Nintendo IP? I would say that it's one of my favorites. I don't like having singular favorites on things. On-screen celebration? What is that? Oh, right.
don't
It's
get
a power-up
Why
thing.
would they be so bent on killing all humans?
Is Zelda another? I love Zelda games, but it's weird. I don't consider them a favorite, if that makes any
Let the
sense.
others know
Every
ASAP.
single Zelda game I've played, I
Let's call
love.
it in and head back to
But for
HQ.
whatever reason, my brain's just like, yeah, Zelda's just there.
And here I just started to hope
So I
we'd
get, like,
finally
I am a
escape
Zelda
this.
fan, but it's like also not one of my favorites. It's weird. I love all of the Nintendo franchises. Oh god, it's fucking Tatsu.
More Xenos?
Xeno mentioned?
Stay back.
Xenoblade?
What do you think, Rook?
What do you think, Rook? Open the crate. Let's just get this over with. Hey, look, it's the worst character of the game. Beatrix, thank you so much for gifting a sub.
Finally, dance of freedom! Tatsu thanks you!
Interesting. One of the vegetables is sentient.
Talking potato. I wonder if it tastes different too. I know what we're having for dinner tonight. You don't know it yet, new girl, but I'm a pretty mean cook.
You are mean and cruel. Tatsu definitely not potato.
Potato.
Tatsu explain this to dumb and smelly Prone when they take Tatsu, but Prone not listen. Prone never listen. On Nopon Brew Day, Prone first set sticky feet on Mira.
The VA for this is Chris Kaysen.
Tatsu witnessed Prone abuse firsthand. At this rate, entire Nopon race in danger. Yes, Nopon are endangered species.
Ben
So
Diskin is
really,
one of the
friends
player
have
character
social
voices.
Uh-huh.
Responsibility to protect Tatsu from danger.
What do you think, Elma? Bake or fry?
Wait a minute. The beings who captured you, big brutes in armor, little pointy ears,
Yes, Prone!
and they're a more recent arrival here, is that right? They're not native to this planet?
Not native, recent. If friends want more details, friends must promise to protect Tatsu. Only then will Tatsu talk.
Right. Elma, you hold him. I'll peel.
Tatsu will talk! Tatsu will talk! Friends have the no sense of humor,
So if I understand correctly, this is your homeworld. The Nopon people are native to Mira. And then just recently, the Prone show up and quickly hunt you to the edge of extinction. Is that right?
Not just Prone. Prone and their nasty, evil buddies. Lots and lots of them.
Their buddies? You mean other
Ben, how do you
alien
feel about
races?
Nopon in
Other
general?
hungry alien
Oh, they're
races.
great.
They all gang up
That's
on
why I don't
Nopon.
like Tatsu,
They
because
do
he's like the
horrible,
worst
terrible
Nopon in the
things to
series.
Nopon. Someday, Tatsu will turn tables and eat them for a change.
I mean you no harm, Tatsu.
Then you'll help Tatsu? Protect Tatsu? Oh, happy day! It's settled then. In return, Tatsu will accompany friends back to their village.
What do you think? Take him with us?
He seems harmless enough. And he'd be a good source of information on Mira and the Prone. All right. We can debrief him when we report to Commander Vanden.
It's
As
cute
long
if
as he
it didn't
passes the
talk.
quarantine
Yeah.
scan, we can bring him back to
Yeah,
Mira.
now you're understanding why people don't like Tatsu.
Get that out of the way.
And also, I hope you liked the gag of Lin wanting to eat Tatsu, because boy howdy, do they like that gag in this game.
New friends are friendliest friends
Is that Ben
ever.
Diskin voicing Tatsu? Nope, it's Chris
I
Kaysen.
know. Tatsu has special thank you gifts for friends for saving Tatsu's life. Tatsu will lend it to friends for free.
Lend? It's not a gift if you don't give it.
Give it away? For always? For free?
For free?
This would be insulting to friends and to Tatsu. No Nopon merchant worth his salt and pepper could do such a thing. Tatsu is grateful, but Tatsu not insane.
What? It's insane to think if someone saves your life, you might actually show them some real...
Hey, you Lalafell.
Not even listening.
Friend, do you ever get lost? Tired of bulky maps and
Well-
flawed memory?
Actually, Nopon tend to be the merchants of this game, and Lalafells do have a disposition toward money, so
There is a better
maybe
way.
that comparison isn't
Friends,
that
This
far-fetched.
is your lucky day. Presenting Follow Ball.
Da 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 dun.
Follow Ball is #1 ultimate best super secret must-have Nopon item. If friends get lost out in wild, friends just follow Ball of Light to safety. And
Dude
now
kinda
it's
sounds like
yours
Papa
for
Limo.
free. to
Who voiced
fall.
Papalymo in Realm Reborn?
Really? Follow Ball? That's the best name you could come up with for your super special thing?
Meh, meh, meh. What would friend prefer? Fancy name no one understands so friend can feel smart? Now, time for Nopon Dance of Generosity.
He's doing his little dance.
I don't know. Is that thing really gonna be all that useful?
Steve Staley, right.
What if it's a trap or
I work
boom,
with
it
Steve
just blows up
very
in our
often.
faces?
Ah, yes,
I should,
that
like, bring up
reminds
the fact
Tatsu.
that he's Papalymo to him at
If
some
Follow Ball
point.
get damaged, Tatsu need to charge friends full price, plus restock fee.
So much for Dance of Generosity.
Does he have 4 arms, or are those his ears? Yes. The more you think about how Nopons look, the less sense they make. So just don't worry about it. Did I get more gear out of that? Oh wait, I can change class now, can't? Yeah, because I maxed out Drifter. What class do I want to play? I know my guy is a duelist, so I don't want to do that. So I might go maybe Astral Crusader, maybe Galactic Knight. That might be a thing. I might go Galactic Knight, honestly. Because Galactic Knight lets me have a lightsaber, chat. That's that's the most important part. It gets a lot of really cool abilities. Seeing rank 10, I'll use master mastering. Okay. Cool. Alright, so let me just double check and make sure that I have everything. Congrats on being part of my favorite raid in all of FF14 just because it was making me laugh so hard and super fun with the mechanics. Thank you for grooving with the best of them. Oh my god, I'm heavily armored. Oh yeah. Heavily armored. Doomslayer? I mean, it is a very similar helmet. It is a very similar helmet. I guess my team is gonna be clown suiting a little bit. I'm gonna, like, go fashion gear and have Elma not be, in a clown suit. Since you're OT, what tank do I play? Paladin. I used to be Dark Knight, but I couldn't really get into the rhythm of it. I just want the torso to be the red one. There we go. Behold, Doomslayer, but I also kind of look like a futuristic office worker. I have been thinking about leveling a Gunblade, or a Gunbreaker, but I heard it's kind of shit in Dawntrail, so I'm a bit hesitant. How do you feel about the fact that they nerfed Super Bolide? I didn't know that they nerfed it. I thought that they made it, like, it doesn't reduce your health down to 1 anymore, right? my main tank tried to use Gunbreaker for Recollection EX, and he like immediately switched after like one night of it. He was like, it feels so bad to play. Oh, I should have set some different arts. I'm a fool. But I'm really happy with Paladin. It's a fun job. I used to be a warrior main, but then my main tank plays warrior, so I got shoved into Paladin land. Well, initially I got shoved to Dark Knight land, but I just ended up clicking a lot more with Paladin. It just feels a lot more active. Wait, I should be using it. Yeah, it makes sense that Super Bolide doesn't reduce your health to 1 anymore because it kept giving Mew healers like a fucking heart attack. So, like, for that, it kind of makes sense. Have you played World of Final Fantasy? Yes. But I've only played like an hour. I ended up getting swept away by other things. I really need to go back and play more of it. Because a friend told me that it's like my ideal Final Fantasy game, just as a little spin-off. Too many games, not enough time. So true, Oofy. Can I get... Oh, shit. Wait. Also, who the fuck is texting me? Did you hear my text tone is just a Moogle going Koopo? I guess I can't use other knife arts just yet. Oh, because I haven't unlocked the other knife arts, other than the ones I have from Drifter. Yeah, Drifter doesn't have anything. Okay. What's your favorite form of Moogle? The Final Fantasy IX Moogles.
Here we go.
Let's see what you've got.
Later.
They don't like the people don't like the FF14 Moogles because they literally like are lazy assholes in that game. They make you do all their dumb little errands. Like it takes Estinian threatening to kill all of them for them to stop doing that. They got a lot of the original Final Fantasy VAs back for that one. I mean, James Arnold Taylor has already spoken about how Tidus is one of his favorite roles of all time, so I would imagine that he would always come back to that character, no matter what.
Upper hand. Shadow strike.
Oh boy, a new knife! Yippee! I think that the 14 Moogles look cute. I like their little Koopo noises. Alright, let's fast travel back to New Los Angeles. I mean, let's go to Armory Alley. Oh, the Namazu fucking suck. I hate them. One of my static members, he wears a Namazu mask all the time. It's just part of his character. And he's a Lalafell, so it's like we have a Namazu in our team 24/7. Butrix, thank you so much for gifting another sub.
Damn. Losing Nelson's team is a real blow.
It's okay, Vandam. We got
But
a
the fact we're not
we got
the only
a
visitors on
Tatsu.
this rock is even worse.
They made it clear they want all humans dead. For all we know, they may be related to the forces that destroyed Earth and followed us here.
Wonderful. I'll report this to Secretary Nagi. See if we can't bolster
Like
our
this dude's
defenses.
like, okay, we need to figure out what
Just
we're gonna
one
do
last
about
thing.
the dead people.
What the bloody
from our
hell
team.
is this dancing?
And then this
turnip?
asshole's just dancing in the background.
He's actually a potato.
Tatsu, not turnip or potato. For last time, Tatsu is not food. Now, on behalf of Planet Mira, Tatsu welcome all Earth people and offer a friendly treaty of friendship.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, we were thinking he could be a good source of general intel about the planet.
Everyone's like, okay,
Exactly
Tatsu.
how useful that'll be
Whatever you
remains
say,
to be
buddy.
seen.
Oh, don't you worry about a thing. Friend's totally safe now that Tatsu is in town. Tatsu watch over and protect friends, especially weak, pathetic Lindley with her thin, bony wings.
You mean my arms? Look who's talking. And who said anything about you coming with us? You can stay here, you greedy, annoying little cabbage. I'm sure there's a salad here that could use you.
Meh? Tatsu stay here? Friends would leave Tatsu behind?
It's for the best. You said yourself your people are endangered, and the Xenos that captured you might still be out there. You'll be safest here in the city.
Agreed.
Got right flap. Thank you so much for
Tatsu got it
subscribing.
right.
Welcome.
Friends will want Tatsu along. Friends need Tatsu along.
We don't need you along, Tatsu.
What? Well, that, of course. This planet have many helpful Nopon that Tatsu can talk to. Other Nopon can share information for friends.
That might be useful.
That right. Most Nopon not like Tatsu. Nopon can be shy. Nopon can be difficult.
You're already difficult.
Most Nopon never trust friends or even talk to friends. But Tatsu? Nopon love Tatsu.
Unlikely.
Tatsu use smooth talk and winning personality to get friends good info.
The tater tot has a point.
Uh-huh. More like an ulterior motive, if you ask me.
Tatsu perish the thought. Tatsu intentions are pure, Linley. Pure as snow. Linley intimidated by Tatsu's strength and smarts, but do not worry, Tatsu is true friend.
Strength and smarts, huh? That's really not what I'm worried about here.
All right, then it's settled. Small Fry here will accompany you three out in the field. After all,
Do we have to bring him?
Get.
Do we have to?
Seriously? We have to babysit this thing?
You're the ones who picked him up. Besides, would you really want to leave him with another team?
Maybe not. Unless we were invited to the meal, I mean.
Nobody else wants to deal with this fucking clown, so you
See?
guys have
Already
to.
getting along like peas and carrots. He can be your charge, Lynn.
Are we mid-game? Home dog, we are finishing up chapter 4
Got my hands full
of
out there.
13. We're not even halfway
This
there.
is so unfair. Back me up here.
This
would
is
you,
a
Elma?
big game.
I'm sure Elma has no objections.
Right. As you say, Commander.
Is it too late to
Done
put him
and
back
done.
in the hole? Yes,
Welcome to
unfortunately.
Blade, Tater. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, sir. And it's a Tatsu. Oh, one thing Tatsu forgot to mention. Nopon are pacifists, so friends need to defend Tatsu. Keep extra
Nopon are
super safe
pacifists.
in any battle.
Fu-
Tatsu
the
VIP
great hero pawn
after
Ricky
all.
did not give his
Why am
life,
I not
presumably,
surprised?
for this
So
bullshit
much
to
for him
happen.
watching over and protecting us.
Oh, yeah, that was chapter 3 of 13. Ricky fought hard. Ricky was one of the strongest fucking party members in Xenoblade 1. As a joke that they kept in the game.
So, Rook, feel like you're starting to get the hang of things?
No! Shake your head.
Of course not. You just started.
Alright, well, why don't we review the key points then, and I can fill in some details.
Wait, I made a mistake. Can I say yes?
Blade's top priority right now is to secure missing pieces of the Lifehold. You remember that much.
Yeah.
Countless people are frozen in the Lifehold. It's the key to restoring humanity. Up until we ran into the Prone, our biggest concern was that wild indigents would stumble on the Lifehold and damage it somehow. But now there's a more pressing threat. Intelligent alien races who are intentionally trying to destroy us. So, our search has new urgency. We need to find and retrieve all of the Lifehold ASAP.
And the best way to do that is by expanding the reach of Frontier Nav. The more probes we can install, the wider we can scan, and the faster we can find bits of the
I'd rather have Tora over Tatsu. Same.
So our primary
Tora is
focus
great.
going forward should be to travel around Mira and
He's
stall
basically
data
like
probes.
a
As
horny
many as we can,
teenager,
as
but
fast as we
a
can.
Nopon.
I can't stress enough how important this is. You still with me?
Look no, yeah, I'll say yes so she doesn't explain more.
Good. Then let's move on to the other pressing threat that Blade has to deal with. Hostile indigens. There's no real delicate way to put this. Any wildlife that poses a clear threat must be eliminated.
God, Poppy was such a good
The
character in
Lifehold is our
Xenoblade 2.
future, but we can't ignore the present. We still have our duty to keep New LA safe. And sometimes that duty requires enacting coordinated strikes to solve problems before they can
Neuro,
do
it is a reference. I based this hair clip
We're the
on
newcomers
Lynn's
here,
hair
it's
clip.
true. And they're usually just out to defend their territory. But sometimes it
Both
really is
both hair
them or
clips are a
us.
reference to the
we have to
Monado
make
from
sure it's
Xenoblade
us.
1, which has kind of become the series' icon.
Don't get me wrong. It's not like we run out there and light up anything that moves. Only Blade HQ can choose targets. And they tend to
I think
keep them
Shulk
strictly to
uses it
creatures that
as,
pose a significant threat to our
like,
survival.
Shulk has the Monado as his icon for Smash Bros.
In order to contribute to this cause, operatives are asked to form into squads to take on special missions. These squad missions, as we call them, don't get posted to mission control like your other, more typical assignments. Rather, HQ transmits the details directly to all of us at the same
Do
time.
Pyra and Mithra also use the Monado as their
Basically,
symbol?
They want as many people to know about them ASAP, so they can be taken care of ASAP.
I'm sure you can imagine that these missions aren't your run-of-the-mill little fetch quests. It's not the kind of stuff just one or two blades could handle on their own. That's why squads can have as many as 32 members.
And it's why we ask members to sign up to a squad beforehand. We can't have blades
Yeah, we need
playing musical
authorization.
chairs whenever this kind of emergency hits us.
Like Metroid Other M.
But just remember, squad missions are not mandatory. You don't have to drop everything you're doing just to take one on. HQ has no way of knowing what every blade is up to when these missions arise. If you're busy with something else, they'll understand. They
Are
need
you
to
excited
trust
for new
our
Professor
collective
Layton?
judgment
Yes.
of these things, and, well, so far so good.
Luke, my boy, you have to do all
And I
these
think that
fun
about
little
covers the
puzzles.
basics, right?
That's what a true gentleman needs.
Search
But
for the
Professor,
missing pieces of the life
all I wanted was a
install
soda.
Data probes to expand
No,
frontier
Luke, you need to
knowledge,
solve the puzzle to get this
and
soda.
take on squad missions when you can to keep us safe. Got all that? Good. We're counting on you.
And briefing adjourned. Thank God.
So true, Lynn. Thank God.
All right, well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it?
Yeah, let's call it a night.
Oh, Tatsu's so excited to sleep in real bed. Lily can show Tatsu to his room now.
Bravely Default Remaster is what I'm excited for. Yep,
your
I'm
room
excited
is
for it too.
right
I just
over
want more people to play Bravely Default 1, because I think it's still the best
Perfect size for
game in the
Tatsu.
series.
Wait, what?
Bravely Second was okay.
Tatsu know what that is.
Bravely Default 2 was also okay.
We'll go in there to cool
But
off.
Default 1 was just, like, it was...
I guess
They knocked
you
it
are
out of the
smarter
park.
than you look.
Well, Tatsu not want to brag, but wait a minute. Tatsu see what Lily did there.
Ha ha ha, funny food. Let's eat Tatsu. Ha ha, funny joke. Hee ha ha ho ho ha. I laugh. Funny. Yep. 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 Play in online mode. Yep. 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 Let's just do a quick assignment. Elma joined your party. A former colonel in the Coalition Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, more casually known as the Skeleton Crew. Few operatives can match Elma in combat, either in or out of a skell. Lynn is a genius mechanic whose skills extend to skell tech and beyond. She has a bubbly personality, treating everyone with equal warmth. Though young, she bears a passion for justice and a fierce will to live. Alright, Arena 2. Gutsy but cool-headed, Irina devotes her entire being to protecting the people of New LA. Back in her Skeleton Crew days, Irina served under Elma, a leader for whom she still maintains strong adoration. What do they mean by that? Gwyn. An honest man with an unshakable sense of justice. If not the sharpest tool in the shed, that means he's an idiot. Gwyn admires his commanding officer Irina and yearns to protect her, though a lack of ability has prevented him from fully realizing this noble goal. And also Doug. Doug is stern in appearance, but rather meek in demeanor. When one of Lynn's skell tests ends in failure, he usually takes the flak. He's a competent fighter, however, especially when in a skell cockpit. All right, let's get this group in here. I'm so glad that this game has removed a lot of the mandatory party requirements for a lot of missions. Like, it forces, like, the original version would force you to make, like, have Elma in your party 24/7. Alright, perfect. Okay. So now I'm in side questing mode, chat. Because the game's like, hey, you can't advance until you get a 15% survey rating in Primordia. So we have to go, like, it's forcing me to do side quests. So I could stop the stream here and then just focus on doing that. But we'll just keep going for a bit. Can I get a new ray gun? I've got 76,000 money. Get this one. What else did I want to talk about? I can't remember. Yeah, like, now I can actually play the game off stream and not, you know, feel bad that you guys aren't experiencing the story. Arena probably doesn't need another... Let me see if I can get some new gear. Survival goggles. Wow. They really bring out my eyes. Survival bodywear? Sure. Will this be the last stream of this game and you'll play the rest off stream? No. I'm probably gonna play... I'm gonna do a lot of side missions and side questing off stream, but I'll keep playing story missions on screen. Unless there's like a stretch of land or stretch of story that's not very exciting, then I might just play those off stream too. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. We'll have to see. Did we already talk about Nintendo making you pay for the Switch 2 tutorial? That shit is just like pure greed. Like, that shit is like, alright, Nintendo just want, like, they just want your money. And they're like, oh, well, it's got a lot of value and it's got, you know, people are underestimating it, but it's like, no. If Sony, the company that charged $700 for a fucking video game console can have Astro's Playroom be free, there's no excuse for Nintendo. If Sony can sell a $800 PS5 Pro, then Nintendo can afford to put their $10 tech demo as a bundle game. It made me think, man, remember when the 3DS had a bunch of really cool gimmicky shit that was included in the game, in the console for free? You guys remember that? Remember like that Space Invaders thing? Where you had to shoot a bunch of little face guys that had your face? How much Moranium do... Oh, I got jack shit. Yeah, it wasn't like Reggie Fils-Aimé had to argue to get Wii Sports being free. Because Nintendo was like, hey, we don't want to give this game away for free. We worked hard on it. And Reggie was like, just bundle it in, people will love it. And he was right. The problem is that Reggie's gone. And Doug Bowser, you know, I'm sure he's a lovely guy. He just doesn't have the same kind of gumption that Reggie did. Like, they called him the Reginator for a reason. Because, I think when he first, like, presented himself, he was like, I'm about kicking ass and taking names. And he fucking proved it.
Am I right?
Like, so much of his, like, public presence was so commanding. Like, he straight up was like, the game is fun. If it's not fun, why bother? And it's like, yeah, he's got a true.
Yes.
He has a true. All right, let's do some.
Am I right?
Some side quests.
Hey.
No side questing. Yeah, I miss seeing him in the directs too.
Now what?
Excuse me, sorry to bother you, and I know you're terribly busy, but is there any way you might help with a rather urgent request? I promise I won't take too much of your time. Heck, I don't have much of my own to spend taking up yours. Sorry, getting off track. Anyway, I know I should be running this request through official channels and all that, so I'm sorry. But there's just no time. I'm desperate at this point, and I'll literally take any help I can get. Or, not to say you're just anybody. You're great! Haha. Look, I know I must sound completely bonkers, but just hear me out, okay? That's all I ask. Listen. Really? You're going to listen to me? Oh man, what are the odds the very first person I asked would help me out, huh? Like 9 to 1? I'm shy, you see, and I'd about worked myself into a panic thinking I'd have to keep approaching strangers. What with the staring and the awkwardness and... Yes, so I need you to deliver some supplies to a blade team in the field. I'm a mechanic, you see, specializing in scales. I tend to head up a lot of important projects. Oh, sorry, did that sound braggy? Anyway, I just got a call from a team that's always been really nice to me. They asked me to bring them supplies so they can do a field repair of their skulls. Apparently something called a whimsical duogwil attacked them after they left on a mission, and now they're stranded out there. I pride myself on customer service, but me wandering around outside of the city is just... No, bad idea. Bad idea. Especially with the whimsical duogil that broke their skull still kicking around. Much as I wanted to help, I'm just a mechanic. There was only so much I could do. But on the other hand, the thought of those poor skulls lying there all beat up just broke my heart. So I gathered some adventure-y stuff and left town, but then kind of panicked about what to do next. The only sane plan I could come up with was asking someone else for help, and then you came along. It's like magic, only not. The writing in this game's side quest is really fucking good. Anyway, I know I should post this to Mission Control. I'll do it. But I don't have time for rules, man! I can't just stand around filling out paperwork and cutting red tape or whatever. Oh, and I'll pay you, of course. Or actually, the leader of your team you'd be rescuing will. Or, I hope. At any rate, they're really in trouble, so if you could get those supplies to them, I'd appreciate it. Okay.
Hey.
Bye. Remember when games were mostly made for fun and complete on release without a billion microtransactions? Yeah, they're called Nintendo games. Except now, they're just a little bit more expensive. It's so funny because I feel like a lot of the people that are saying like, oh my god, $80 is too much for a video game, are also probably the same type of people that would spend $200+ on like mobile games. I blame EA for the whole microtransactions trend. I blame consumers. Like, they wouldn't... The current gaming landscape wouldn't be what it is today if people weren't spending the money on it. You know? People are saying, oh, we have to vote for our with our wallets, but it's like, the time to vote with your wallet was years ago. It's a little late to be doing that now. Yeah, Bethesda was one of the first people to offer stupid microtransactions, and people rightfully mocked them for it. But, like, it's gotten so much worse since then. Yeah, the only reason Nintendo is charging $80 for Mario Kart is because they know people will buy it. Not a lot of people will buy it, but that doesn't matter. They're charging $80. They're getting way more per customer than any other game. Because they know that they're not going to be selling as much with the Switch 2.
What? You can do this the hard way.
Rose Petal, thanks to fire. The thing I will respect Nintendo on is if I buy a game from them, I know I'm getting a complete video game that's like fully done. I don't have to wait for a patch to like add things that they didn't add before. Like I will get a full complete product.
doesn't even count as a warm-up.
No, I don't think they're gonna like completely cancel the Switch 2's release or anything like that. I think that they are gonna release it. It's just gonna be pretty expensive. I wouldn't get attached to the current price that they announced. It's probably gonna be more because Lamau tariffs. Because Nintendo said, like, they're gonna release the Switch at the date that they said they would, no matter what. And if it's too pricey for you, then just don't buy it. Literally, if you already have a Switch, then you're good to go. If you want to play multiplayer games with your friends, but they have Switch 2s, hey, guess what? They announced game sharing, and it works with Switch 1. So you can literally just find a rando on the street playing a Switch 2 and be like, hey, can I play Mario Kart with you? And then you're good. That's it. That's all I need to do. People are still going to buy because of FOMO. Well, yeah. If you have the budget to buy it and you don't want to wait for a price drop, which will happen. I'm telling you right now, it will happen. Then you can just buy it. Like if you can afford it. If you can't, that's fine. That's okay. But people are forgetting that the 3DS was considered overpriced for when it first came out. I guess that's that. And it sold really badly. And you want to know what Nintendo did? They fucking cut the price after a few months. They lowered the price. And then they did like an ambassador program where like, hey, for the people that bought the 3DS when it first came out, we're giving you 20 fucking free GBA games. Or 10 free. I don't remember how many free GBA games. But they gave like, they lowered the price and then they gave people that did buy the console early, like a freebie. It was 10, yeah, you're right. And like, I am pretty sure the same thing is gonna happen with the Switch 2. Where they're gonna offer, like, if the sales of the console are looking kind of bad, which I think is gonna happen, given, you know, public reaction to it, they're just gonna lower the price. Like, they're gonna do like they're gonna slash the prices. Or they're gonna offer like a really fucking good Black Friday bundle. So like, for people that are saying, oh, Nintendo's never done a price drop before, it's like, it's the internet's goldfish memory acting up, and like, they did do that for the 3DS. And hey, the 3DS ended up being one of the best-selling consoles in Nintendo's portfolio. So clearly, they know that doing that is, like, it's gonna be okay for them. Like, they won't lose money on that. I think that waiting for Black Friday is probably the best move, though. I think that they are gonna, like, make a bundle for it. That's my advice. But I'm gonna be buying the console day one because, I'm what you call a consumer whore. For Nintendo, specifically. Not really proud of it, but, you know. These things make fools of us all. And hey, if that's why I'm buying it, like that's why I'm going to be streaming my Switch 2 experience. So you guys that didn't buy it, you can still kind of experience it through my streams.
That felt good.
Yeah, you can't buy the new Mario Kart, but you can watch me play it. Ditto for Donkey Kong. And if the game sharing works like over the internet, then I will game share with you guys, and then we can all play Mario Kart together, and then it'll be hunky dory. But I feel like it's going to be local only because I think it uses like streaming technology.
Now, top. Sit down. You're crowding my space.
But I think heading into modern economy, I think you guys need to prioritize like you know, food and essentials over video games.
Sure.
Hey, little help over here. Some indigent attacked us during our assignment. Got one of my men pretty good. Skell is busted too. Damn thing won't move at all. Think maybe you could spare some supplies? Oh, Sadie sent you? Well, why didn't you say so instead of letting me flap my gums like an idiot? Here, give me the supplies. I need to get this Skell patched pronto. Here you go. Thanks, pal. You're a lifesaver. I asked Sadie for help, but I wasn't exactly getting my hopes up. Know what I mean? I'm impressed you made it out here in one piece. One piece? Shrug and tell Miles that you got lucky. Lucky, right. Well, we sure as hell weren't. That indigent turned up out of nowhere. How the heck did you beat the whimsical duo gill anyway? That thing was huge. What? You made it all the way here without running into it? Not even once? Yeesh. Either somebody's watching out for you or somebody's got it in for us. One or the other. Wait, that means that damn whimsical duo gill's still on the rampage somewhere. Talk about a piece of bad news. Not every blade's as lucky as you know? We got to take that thing out before it kills someone. What do you say? Think that luck of yours is good enough to beat a whimsical duo gill? Me? I want to sock the giant lug right in its ugly face. I'm sure you know how frustrating it is to have your assignment put on hold. Do this for a fellow blade. Secure the route and kick that ugly thing right in the teeth. I'll be here waiting for all the juicy details. Okay. Let me go kick its ass. It's only level 9? That thing was kicking your ass and it's only level 9? You're bad. You're bad. You're a bad Skell pilot. You're bad.
Shooting's my special.
I literally woke up yesterday in game.
Starfall Rondo. Starfall
You're right. I shouldn't be so mean. Everybody's best looks a little different. Wow, look at that.
doesn't even count as a warm.
I killed that shit faster than they killed Disco. And look, there's some debris that I can analyze. Hey, we killed it in like 2 seconds. Well, you beat that whimsical duo gill into next week yet? Hold on now. Judging from the air of confidence and the smug grin on your face, I'd say that baby's 6 feet under. It wasn't a baby, it was a monster. Well, shoot, that's music to my ears. You cleared the path and made my day to boot. Pretty impressive stuff. Really gotta thank you. Well, while you were off fighting, I was working on this Skell. Almost got it all patched up. Looks like we'll be getting back to work without losing much time, thanks to you. We'll bang these data probes in at the Frontier Nav probe sites and be back home in time for supper. It's like midnight. Hopefully the indigent data they chum out will make sure no one else... Churn out, excuse me. Make sure no one else gets another message. Give Miles his plan the thumbs up. Ask Miles where the Frontier Nav probe placement sites are. Maybe I can get that. One's just away northwest of here on the shore of a lake. The other is in a cave to the northeast. I was thinking my team could snatch them both up before all this happened. If you're headed that way, they're all yours. Just be careful. Some planet we picked to crash into, huh? It's easy to forget how nuts this place is until you get your ass handed to you by some giant monster. I mean, for the foreseeable future, we're probably going to be fighting things that can easily crush Skells. I gotta remember to be a lot more careful, or I'm going to wind up a lot more dead. No more rookie mistakes from me from here on out. You be careful too, yeah? Let's the both of us live a long, long time. See where humanity goes, you know? Yay! There he goes, back to his home. Oh, that was only recon for the admin district? It's kind of cringe, honestly. Wait, where's the mission to get different kinds of probes? This one. Oh.
2 years since you reached partnership Benbev WAOW.
Thank you, Angel Midnight, for the 2 years of subs. Wow. Dang. I'm not partner yet. I'm an affiliate, but thank you. I might start doing no talkie streams again, where I just play something and just be online. And people can show up if they want to, and I can just hang out. Just so I can get my numbers up for partner. Because, like, I just need to stream more. But I'm always so tired, chat. I'm always so tired. And I have a toggle specifically for no talkie streams. Yeah, it's a tutorial for data probes. It's a tutorial for data probes. Now I go install the data probes. How do I use Frontier Nav? Open it often. Cool. Let's go to Primordia. No, I have a toggle that just makes Benby disappear. So it's just Maeve. Canon reason why there's no talking. Yeah, I would call them Maeve streams. Alright, I gotta change this one to be,
Like you.
How dare you? No, I don't want to fast travel to where I went to! Alright, this should be a mining probe. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta force Alejandro to play this game. He's gonna be like, bro, I already have enough video games right now. I'm playing too many games. He's a Souls gamer now. Yeah, I don't want to interrupt that. He's been telling me that he's been really liking Elden Ring. But keep this between you and me, chat. Whenever I see how they play Elden Ring, it makes me very upset. I see them like not engaging in melee like 80% of the time, and just spamming the mimic tier and just letting the mimic tier do all the work. And I'm just like, bro, you're not even playing the game at that point. But I'm not. No, I don't want to give him shit because at least he's playing the game. At least he's playing the game. That's all that matters to me, and that makes me happy. Is the Bemby Prime living in hell, or is he just out there somewhere? Who knows? Don't clip that! Don't! Chat, no! I wanna be friends with my friends! Ah! He's gonna kick me out of the house! Ah! But yeah, I'm just glad that he's playing it. He said he told me he didn't like get into Sekiro or other Souls games, and I've been like trying to nudge him towards giving them another try now that he's like playing Elden Ring and really clicking with it. I told him like, hey, if you like Elden Ring, like, first of all, I told him straight up, it's like, you should play the game solo. Like, you should do a solo run of it. Like, the stream with Amelie has been great, but I think that he should give the game, like, a good solo playthrough. Lies of P would also be pretty fun. I feel like he already played that one, didn't he? Chat, is he playing Kazan? Or is I might be mixing him up with DM. On Twitter, he said something about Kazan. Is he like playing it, or was he just talking about it? One of the options for the next game he plays? Okay. Because Kazan is basically like a Souls-like, right? I really should give that game a try. I feel like I'd like it. Have you seen any of Normal Guy Luke's FromSoft playthroughs? He's really good at the game, but more importantly, he explains why to do the things he does. I haven't. I'm pretty good at Souls games. I haven't played any on stream, but trust me when I say that I'm pretty good at Souls games. I beat every single Souls game. I fucking loved Sekiro so much. And also, I've never done a magic playthrough of a Souls game. I've only I've mostly been strength. Which is like the least optimal melee build too, so I know my stuff. Yeah, I know that you weren't assuming that I was bad. But informative playthroughs would be pretty fun to do. I kind of want to do a playthrough of MGS2 or like the Metal Gear games that Alejandro's played, just to like low-key dunk on him. Just to be like, hey, here's how you play through MGS3 really fucking fast. But no, I don't want to bully my friends. At least, not in public. What I do want to do is, I want to see, God, chat, I really want them to make like a Metal Gear collection that has MGS4, but it also has like MGS4's version of Metal Gear Online. And I want me and Alejandro to play that game so badly. Metal Gear Online was so much fun. How much longer do you think you're gonna stream for? I'm literally gonna turn in this quest, and then I'm gonna head off because I need to get ready for raid night. We're progging M5S, and I have to. Oh, M6S, excuse me, and I have to steel myself for my battle to the death with a cute little goat. It'll be a goat versus a goat. Of course somebody fucking clipped it. I should have known. But look, people can play video games however they choose to play. Like, I try not to backseat. The only backseating that I do in other people's streams is just literally telling them stuff that they missed. Like, and I know Alejandro does that a lot because he doesn't read. But a lot of the time I try not to tell him how to play. Because, that shit sucks. It sucks playing a game and enjoying it and then having people in chat be like, "You're playing it wrong. Why aren't you playing it like I want to play it? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that?" And it's just like, I feel like his stream chat does that a lot. And I know a lot of you watch him, so it's just like, this isn't to dunk on you guys, but like, if people don't want backseaters, try to respect that. Because that'll make your streamer happy, and it'll lead to... And also, sometimes it's funny to watch him fuck up. Like, let's be, like... Sometimes it's really funny if he fucks something up. So, like, why deprive yourself of that joy? Oh, did my VTuber just lock up? VTube Studio crashed. Oh no. What a frame. There we go. God, yeah. When people are thinly veiled spoiling stuff, that, like, please don't do that. Please don't tease shit or, like, reference shit. Just smile. Just smiley face. Because especially, like, I know, like, Alejandro really doesn't like spoilers too, so it's just like, please be respectful of that. There are so many moments I want to spoil about certain games that he's playing, but I choose not to. I just keep it to myself because I want him to enjoy things. It's that simple. I want my friends to enjoy cool games. Anyway, this side quest ended up going for longer, so I might have to just end it here. I'll pick it back up on my own time. I will not do story stuff until the next stream for this one. So I'm just gonna do a shitload of side questing, which means I might be over-leveled for the next story thing, but I don't give a shit. Most of the power in this game comes from gear, so I can fix that pretty easily. But yeah, let me switch over to talking mode, so we can wind down from the activities that we've been doing. Whew. God, I'm tired, man. I haven't been able to sleep well in ages. I am so sleepy. But I can't sleep yet because I have to go kill a Splatoon Lalafell. Alrighty. Where's my music? Where's my music? There we go. Thank you all so much for stopping by. And for hanging out. And for hearing me rant about Nintendo for a while. I think that we've covered quite a lot of fun topics this stream, wouldn't you say? I think so. Who the fuck is streaming? Who they fuck? Whomst the fucketh? Oh, Dawn. Oh yeah, Dawn's streaming. I can still literally hear. Wait, I'm gonna double check and see if she's still actually streaming or if she's winding down. If we're both winding down at the same time, that's really fucking funny. Oh, she is. I think she is winding down, Lamau. Let's raid Say So. They're streaming Phoenix Wright. For those of you that don't know, Say So is Julia Goo's VTuber. Oh wait, no. Is it? Is it Julia? No, it's not Julia. No, I'm losing my fucking mind. Oh god. No, it is Julia. Yeah. Oh god. I'm going insane, everybody. I'm losing. It's so Jover. Yeah. Say So is Julia Goo. She's Kirara in mobile game. You guys like that, right? So let's go say hello. She's streaming Phoenix Wright. Anyway, another stream will happen soon. I promise. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do my best to stream. So please be patient with me as I try to settle into some kind of groove. But until then, thank you all so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for the gift subs and the support. And for, you know, being around. I really appreciate it, you all. And, you know, to all the lurkers, thank you for just hanging out. Appreciate it, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Bye.